Welcome back to another video, and today I will be reviewing Cult of Chucky. You can probably hear the dread in my voice because as a die-hard Chucky fan, I feel like Cult of Chucky was just a huge disappointment. I'm not going to lie, when I first watched Cult of Chucky and it first came out on Blu-ray, I was like, oh man, like this is so amazing, like this is so good. But after the years have gone on, after about 100 different watches, Cult of Chucky, and the problems with Cult of Chucky, and trust me, I have a lot of problems with Cult, way more than I've used to have with Cult of Chucky. You know, I feel like the problems are just starting to become more of a thing in this movie for me than positives, because the negatives overweigh everything. One of the biggest problems that I can't overlook, like there are some things in films that you could just like overlook and just, okay, I can buy into that. Not this. We get the 3 Chuckies in this. You get 3 Chuckies, which sounds cool, but the way it's executed, I don't know. Because there's no explanation, it's just voodoo'sfordummies.com. Why? Like, I don't believe that Chucky would just spend all of his time, or most of his time, searching for voodoo spells on voodoo'sfordummies.com. I just don't believe Chucky would do that. But okay, it's in the film. In Cult of Chucky, it always felt like, even though it has its roots with Curse, and you can kind of feel that, it really feels like Don Mancini really wanted to take Cult and shift it all the way to what Seed was doing. And I can really tell that in Cult, and that's such a disappointment. Because you go from Curse, right? Curse, a great return to form, Chucky's back, better than ever. Then we go to Cult, and it's like we're back in Seed. Like, it's like we're back in Seed. Like, that's what it's like. Is Cult of Chucky watchable? Yes, it's very watchable. Way better than Seed. But, again, just Cult of Chucky. Like, I don't know. Like, it's just always been one of those films for me, especially every single time I watch it or even think about it. I don't enjoy it as much. It's just really a huge disappointment because, again, you get 3 Chuckies, which sounds cool. You get set in this, like, asylum, which is cool. But some things aren't executed as well. There are some really cool moments that I do like in the film. One of the moments is when Chucky's in the hallway and he's talking to one of the patients. I thought that was a really funny and cool scene. I like that scene. Chucky's look's okay in this. I wouldn't say it's my favorite look, but it's okay. It's close enough to the first 2. I feel like the TV show has nailed that better than what Cult did, but regardless, I think Cult, Chucky's look, it's okay. I like it, for the most part, even though in some scenes it looks like he has no neck, but besides that, Cult of Chucky, even though there's some good kills here, this is the goriest one in the franchise, there's just some problems with this film. Like I keep saying, like, explaining the voodoo. Like, all this time, Don Mancini is not wanting to explore or even try to mention voodoo. Once he does it, he just does it in the worst way possible, in my opinion. And like Chucky, which again, it's cool, Chucky finally wins and gets a body and he chooses Nika. Okay, that's cool and all on paper. On paper, that's cool. But the way it's executed doesn't work. Because you're telling me, again, we're keeping Seed of Chucky canon here for reasons I don't know. If you're a fan of Seed of Chucky, I totally respect your opinion. But Don Mancini wants to keep Seed of Chucky canon. In Seed of Chucky, Chucky said he wants to stay a doll. So how all of a sudden we go from him wanting to stay in a doll to, oh, well, I need Nika's body now? There's no explanation. It's just a big jump in the story. It's just a huge jump in the story that I'm supposed to buy as a fan that's been with this franchise for years. I can't do that. I just can't do that. And I don't know. It's like, I've said it in my Curse of Chucky video. Some of these things will be better if he would have made Curse of Chucky a direct sequel to Bride or even 2. By the way, I love Curse of Chucky. I'm just using that as a sample. Things in Cult of Chucky would have, things in this one would have worked way better if he would have treated Curse of Chucky more as a soft reboot or something, but he doesn't, and we get the cult, and everything's just out of place. Like, all the logic, all the continuity is gone. It's out of the window. It's gone. It's out of the window here. Cult of Chucky, disappointing. Brad, he's the highlight. Fiona Dorff, she's another highlight of the film. Other than that, and again, I've said this before. I'm sure I said this before. I feel like and this is not a bad thing. I just feel like it was very experimental. Cult of Chucky feels like a TV series. There's nothing wrong with that, but that's how I feel. And I think if Cult of Chucky would have been like, let's say, season 1 of the Chucky TV series, it would have been way better, because each episode could have explored things better. It would have flowed better. The pacing would have been better in the film, but it don't. I've always felt like that, even from the intro of Cult of Chucky, it feels like a TV series, and there's nothing wrong with that at all. It's just, did he want Cult of Chucky to be a TV series? You know what I mean? Like, if that's the case, I'm fine with that, and I wish that would have worked out, because the Cult of Chucky that we got, for me, it leans too much to cult. To Seed. Cult of Chucky leans too much to Seed, and I'm not a fan of Seed. You heard my piece on that. So, it just amazes me how we go from Curse to Cult, and Cult is just basically going backwards, not forwards. It's mind-blowing to me, but regardless, Cult of Chucky, I would give it like a 7, 8.5. I mean, Cult of Chucky is just disappointing to me. Like, every time I watch it, I just get disappointed, because there's so many missed opportunities. You have the 3 Chuckies. You have this cool setting, this asylum. You have some cool kills and stuff in this. But once we start exploring that voodoo and just certain things in the story, nothing flows and nothing goes well. And everything, all the logic, everything that's been built from the first movie, it's gone. It's thrown out the window. And I don't understand that. And things from previous films. Things from Seed, which again, mind you, Seed, it's still canon. Things from Seed. Things from Curse, like Chucky not bleeding in Curse, are not explained. There's certain things I can overlook. Yes. There's certain things I can overlook in some films. But there's just some things that are too big to overlook. And one of the things is in the script in Cult of Chucky, when you watch it, I believe they say Hot Topic. They sell Chucky dolls at Hot Topic now in this universe. So the Good Guy Factory's back open, right? Again, it's just little things like that kind of get on. Like, again, it's too big to overlook. Like, oh, okay, well, they're selling Good Guy dolls now at Hot Topic in this universe. So you tell me the Good Guy Factory's open, and we don't get to see that or see that story arc. And we're probably not going to see it in the TV series. There's just certain things here that I know aren't going to be carried over and explained in the TV series or in future movies. So, Cult of Chucky, I mean, it's a 7 out of 7, 8.5, depending on my mood. So yeah, let me know your thoughts on Cult of Chucky in the comments below. Hit the like button, please subscribe. Catch you guys in the next video.